Imagination juice, man. All I know is you got to charge that shit up, you know? Thousand Thunderjacks. Do 1,000 Jones every month. Bow wow. Yeah. Mic check. Vibe check. Hey, fellas, that's the dancing. I heard it. Say it right there. Just gotta make a face to let them know you're serious. Speaking of seriousness. Speaking of seriousness. Let's quit. Look who we got in the building.
Peace, peace.
What up, though? It's a song.
At the moment, peace, prosperity, perseverance, passion, purpose. 5 P's.
All right. It's a pound of peas.
Pound of peas. Break it down. No puns. No puns.
No puns.
How you feeling?
All right. So I'm gonna let you know. I kind of segued off the last conversation that we had into this live. And the title of this live is Vibe Check / Imagination Juice. That's what we talking about. Imagination juice.
Imagination juice.
Pause.
Okay. Okay.
I felt like a pause was.
No, you good. You good.
Was not necessary, but you know it covers all things. But yeah, imagination juice. That's what we talking about.
Okay. Where did I come in at?
Well, you know how we was talking about the nation of images.
Yes.
Powering your plight.
Power in your plight. Whew. And that plight is chosen. It's definitely true.
Preordained, even.
Yeah. Fact.
Only you can derail the plan.
And you will at certain times. You will.
Hey,
but it's a part of the plan. It's a part of the plan.
But you know what my mantra is well, it used to be when I used to use the word try. I used to just say, try harder, stop effing up.
Yeah.
Like just repeat them two right there. More effort,
try harder,
stop effing up.
Yeah. Bars.
That's the secret to life right there, fellas.
It's funny. Somebody had called me, a friend of mine called me the other day. I called to wish her congratulations on something she accomplished. And we were just talking. She's like, what you been up to? And I was like, just tapping into, the creative energy around me, tapping into the life sources here, just trying to stay on the path, stay the course. She was like, she said, you ain't trying. She's like, that's a mindset that you don't need. And she was like, you're doing it. And she was like, she said, this is our error. Our error is about doing. I said, you're right. Trying is to fail. Because it's either you're doing it or you're not. And if you're not, it's okay. Just be accountable if you're not.
That's it. I said before when we spoke, being mediocre is okay in some instances. Like there's nothing wrong with being average.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about trying, really trial and error means that you haven't figured it out yet. Like you're not doing it because you don't know what to do, which is okay. That's the part of the process is giving yourself grace and the space to learn and to know that you don't automatically are going to have things, just at the snap of a finger, like figure it out. There's going to have to be some type of test to it.
I feel what doesn't support that is you look at education, look at the totem pole. You got kindergarten that prepares you for first grade. You got first grade that prepares you for the next, and so on and so on. And you're being told that, all right, you just got to get past this level to get to that level. And then once you reach 12th grade, then it's all right. Once you go there, you'll get it on the next step in college. And then after college, it's saying, and when I was coming up, oh, you get the job, and then you take on the world. And you would get shoved in front of you all of these seemingly resolutions and solutions to what people want to call this problem of life. And what we're not being told is it's a made-up fucking game. But at the end of the day, this isn't something that needs to be solved. It's something that needs to be experienced. And if you look at it as an experience, you're not looking to go in to have the answers. You're looking to be receptive to the answers that are all around you. So it's like,
well said.
Because again, we talked about the other day, the abundance is there. It ain't something you gotta look for. It ain't something you gotta create. Like just like happiness, it's nothing you gotta create. You just gotta remember. You gotta rediscover. You gotta open up your level of awareness or level up your awareness, and then you see it.
No, that's a fact. It's an unveiling. That's really what I've been focused on is the wolf that I feed.
That proverb, yep.
And I control that. So if my mind is focused on negative energies and negative outcomes, and that's what's going to happen. But in the same instances, that imagination juice, in most cases, what I am attempting to obtain is already within my realm, in my reach. It's just I am in the process of discovering how to unveil it?
I tell people all the time the difference between reality and actuality. In our reality, we are seeing things that we have secured, things that we have obtained, looking to sustain. And we're looking at what is there. It's like the whole secure the bag phrase. And it's not that you need to go out and secure the bag. It's to be aware that the bag is already secure because it's you. And it's looking at in real time, you're not accomplishing anything. It's already been done. You're just actualizing it in the moment. Your consciousness is now in this moment, physically, tangibly on this plane, in this dimension of existence. You're seeing it come into fruition and manifestation. But nothing that you're securing is out of reach. You already have it. It's just the secret is the feeling. Neville Goddard. It's knowing that I already got it. Like I am it. Taught by my seat. You are it. So it's that little trick is what'll keep us either in a victim mentality or keep us in a consumer mode or keep us in a scarcity mindset, keep us in a fear-based experience to where we're just blind to the abundance that we already have.
No, that's facts, bro. It's all a trick of the mind. Really, a game with yourself.
Yeah.
You versus you, and there's always going to be an antagonist and a protagonist. And your job every day is to figure out how you are attempting to derail yourself.
That's a fact. It's the Matrix.
You have to literally try to get yourself off the path that was already preordained for you. Mm-hmm. And usually when we're talking about achieving goals, that's the only thing that we're talking about. You know, people are using words all the time, like they're using the word alignment, right? But that's really what we're talking about. It's just alignment with what was already preordained for you, and specifically in relation to you being the highest version of yourself. You're powered by your own imagination juice. Like, you being the best version of yourself should be top of mind all the time. There should be no other vision constantly replaying. It should always be you at your most optimal self.
Everything you said, it's like that hits it on the head, especially the last part when you're saying that pretty much our opinion the opinion of ourselves has to be the highest. It cannot be trumped. And what I've experienced firsthand, and also dealing with the relationships with people in my life, we're so unaware that our thoughts are not our thoughts. We're so unaware about the seeds that have been planted in our soil that we're mistaking the flowers for weeds. And we're not weeding out the weeds, we're allowing them to grow. And the illusion of what we think we want in this world, we think are plants and flowers. And until we can, because I don't feel that you can rewrite the past because it's dead. But one thing you can be is aware, you can be accountable, you can acknowledge the seeds that have been given to you. Whether it was because you were thirsty for water, whether it's because you were thirsty and hungry for those seeds, doesn't matter. We were at a young age when a lot of us were programmed with these thoughts and these feelings. But to at least be aware of the fact that our thoughts are not our thoughts, and be in a position to now create new thinking patterns, new neural pathways, allowing medicine, allowing life and what life has given us here, this earth, to create those new pathways. But because it's a cycle, because we're so fearful of what we've been told and taught, because we're fearful of the negative propaganda, that we think that these things are out here to harm us, that we're already in the best position we need to be in. We are already the greatest version of ourselves, yet everybody is celebrating themselves by drinking themselves to death. Yet everybody is celebrating themselves and others by, and drugs are not bad, but the misuse of drugs and how it's damaging not just our psyches, but our membranes, our frames, our relationships. So it's like the choice is never a negative option. It's just be aware of your choosing. Be conscious of your choice. Know that this is something that you choose and not something you've been led to choose.
No, that's facts. That's super important. And I'm glad you like interwove addiction into that, because it's super relevant. We were talking about this the other day. In most cases, when people gravitate towards any type of addiction, I said drugs, people, food, it's to satisfy that anxiety, that uneasiness of knowing that you're off, you're out of alignment.
It's self-soothing.
And again, in most cases, it's because you yourself know that you aren't doing your best. You're not emulating the best version of yourself.
Facts.
You are not representing your No Limit soldiers.
Facts. And you can't sit with the truth and the reality of it. And that's your way of numbing yourself to the fact that you know you're off your square. And you feel helpless at that moment. Yeah.
And in most cases, it's really just a tool of procrastination. Like, all right, well, I'm gonna indulge now, and then I'm just gonna get back on it, tomorrow or later, or when I sober up. But then that's when these things become cyclical, and you become the habit.
Yeah.
And that's really where I can see where a lot of people are. And I was, started out the live talking about that, being sheepish and coy with this imagination juice, but is something that I've been thinking about solely because, or from becoming aware of the epidemic of the porn addiction. Like, I didn't know it was like as bad as it is, and the only reason why I know it's as bad as it is because people are talking about it, which lets me know that it's really bad.
They're talking about it, yeah.
Like the fact that dudes are setting up a camera, turning it on and recording and deciding to tell the general public that they got an addiction to porn.
Yeah.
And that is a content style. Oh yeah, the problem is big. It's bigger than I thought, bigger than I could have ever imagined. So
in so many ways.
It's definitely something for men to put top of mind, and semen retention is the way to combat it. Honestly, is just the shift in your mind to just take it off the table. Just a complete abstinence, really, and that's really at core the things that we're touching on this brand and this project is self-discipline, just having principles and core beliefs for yourself outside of what the world is telling you how to be. Like, that's your job to figure out how to program your nation of images.
Right.
And there's one thing that you said that aligns with Commercial Universe Boutique being a brand that merges mental health with merch. And that is gratitude is grace.
Fire.
And this design is one that I came up with as a tool for my own mental health journey, to remind myself to always show gratitude by extending grace, not only to other people, but to myself.
First and foremost.
Like, I'm not there yet, and that's okay. You might not be there yet, and that's okay. But I'm still going to show gratitude for the position that I'm in to even be capable of getting to another destination or a higher level.
Moment by moment.
Breath by breath.
I feel like that's another tactic. I wouldn't say that's pinned against us, but one we don't really actualize is that in a moment I can be accountable, and in another moment I can't. The difference that sets you apart in those moments is your level of awareness, your hyper focus, your hyper vigilancy. Like, it's okay to know that from moment to moment I may lose grace. I may not even lose it. I may not see it. I may not have the compassion for myself in a moment. I may hold myself to a different standard in a moment. But in that very next moment that comes, I have the ability to shift. And I don't feel that we know wholeheartedly how powerful that is, because we don't look at the moments. We only look at minutes. We only look at days. We only look at hours. We look at schedules. We look at time. Time is a concept. It's a construct. So we're only thinking in those terms. We're not going to see that in a moment, I was not kind to myself, but in this moment I can be. I have the opportunity. I can bounce back. All it takes is for me to slow down, for me to hold myself accountable, for me to acknowledge who I am. Like, all of those things should be taken into account. But because we live at such a pace where we're not healthy, we're not prioritizing balance and harmony, we're so focused on peace, not knowing that if I must fight for my peace, inadvertently, I'm still acknowledging the war. So there's still an inner turmoil. So it's so many ways that we're at war internally that we're not realizing that this whole time you could have been having grace. In this moment, I was having grace, but I was too caught up in my bullshit to even know that I was.
Nah, yeah, you just said a lot, bro. And specifically as it relates to the culture, because I find that's really what's got people stuck, is they're afraid to be the best version of themselves from fear of scrutiny. Because in the culture, people laugh at you when you attempt to do things the right way, or you're attempting to self-improve. And most people aren't built to power through that, because that takes guidance. Like, you need someone behind you, like, fuck them haters, keep going. Like, and that's again what this project is for, is really to just bring back encouragement, because it seems like that the mentality that most guys have is like they're really even afraid to communicate with each other on any type of vulnerable level.
Sorry.
Like they're really afraid to express any type of vulnerability or weakness. Like, bruh, like I can clearly see you are not Superman. Like, relax a bunch.
Facts.
Like you got a piece of kryptonite hanging around your neck, son. I can see it.
Literally.
So, a lot of that is part of that Jim Crow mentality, where there's separation between the generations, where the younger generation is turned off to even hearing anything from someone older. Like, oh, what do you know? If you knew, you would already be rich and famous. But hey, I'm here to tell you, son, the fact that I'm here with my mental faculties intact, professing to you that I am who I am says a lot.
So the proof we need.
Says a lot. Now you marry that with some experience and some actual wisdom. Yeah, it might be time for some people just to sit down, shut up, and listen. And not necessarily just to me, like just to people with experience, because that's the thing. It's how normal people operate. They seek advice and counsel from the people who are older than them because they've been on Earth longer, and then they get information that helps them align with who they're supposed to be. Why? Because most likely that person was put in your path to give you said information. And it's like, it's really just about coming into a level of awareness to where you are respecting yourself and really in that mindset of gratitude is grace and willing to glean from any and everyone, from your external, knowing that you have the ability to make it better. Either by adding to it or calling out what's not supposed to be there. Because that's really what the problem is right now, is when we're talking about the highest version of yourself, is most people are just turned off to the notion of going against evil or calling out what's wrong. And that's really what's, again, that's another thing that's got us stuck in a lower spot. Like, you can't operate at a higher version of yourself if you're turning a blind eye to, low vibrational things.
It's a fact. And even categorizing them as evil. It's just like I had a conversation last night and we talk about parenting. And I said, I don't feel that there's any such thing as a good or a bad parent. I feel that there's healthy and unhealthy parenting. And someone says, like, well, I don't think there's good parents, but there's bad parents. And I'm like, you can't have one without the other. So the thing is when you're talking about good and bad or good versus evil, what people seem to forget is that there's no universal standard for anything in this world. There's only universal laws that govern the universe. So we're talking from a stance of good or bad. It's always going to be in relation to what you think. It's not the standard for human experience. So it's like when you get out of the negative or positive connotation and you just look at it from a neutral standpoint, then you can actually observe where you stand instead of trying to analyze where you think you need to stand.
No, yeah, that's definitely a fair point. And that's why I was saying it's important to verbalize the things that you see that are wrong. Why? Because it could be you.
Literally.
It could be you. And sometimes it takes hearing yourself say something out loud, and before somebody can even respond, you already know, oh yeah, I shouldn't have said that shit. That wasn't right. But that takes a level of confidence and vulnerability to express yourself. That's what I had the last live entitled Express Your Fresh. And, really it's just being at the root of confidence. And hey, here's a hot take. Here's a hot take. It's okay to speak and anticipate that you might be wrong.
Whole fact. If you don't, in any moment you speak, you're kind of leaving room for a lot of error anyway.
Or manipulation.
Fact.
That's how you get people putting out these whack rap songs.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got nobody to tell them like, hey, nah, bro, I don't know, that ain't it.
Nah, like a first-rate intelligence is a mind that can hold two opposing beliefs still be able to function, not having to choose.
That's it. Take yourself out of it. See it from the overview perspective.
That's gonna go over a lot of people's heads, because I don't feel a lot of people even know what the overview effect is.
Well, that's what we're here for.
People don't even know overstanding is a word.
That's what we're here for. They do now. You've been learned. You're welcome.
He said, let me learn you something.
Today, right now. But and that's the funnest part of experiencing life every day to me, is I can have epiphanies that change my trajectory and outlook.
Just like that.
Just like that. Just like that. I'm a new person. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and land this live, but I wanted to present a thought to you, and then you tell me what you think about it.
Copy.
So when we're talking about awareness, and specifically your ability to derail yourself or be in alignment, and I seen a post on the internet that says if you cover your left eye and you look up, it will help you to relieve anxiety because it activates the vagus nerve, right? And I've been thinking about how, you know, if you're into psychoanalyzing people, I don't know. Maybe you play poker, I don't know. But if someone's looking down and to the right when they're speaking, they're lying. Now, if someone is looking down and to the left when they're speaking, they're in a bad place. They're thinking about the past. This is and specifically this is what I was thinking, like when I'm in my own mind, where are my thoughts coming from? And it's usually determined by where my vision is directed. If it's down, any way down, that's bad. That's bad business. Up. If I'm looking up to the right, I'm imagining something in real time. Like I'm pulling something to me right now.
Keyword.
And really, the key state of awareness is to look ahead. Straight ahead. And I promise you, you'll be able to see through everything. Full stop.
That I'm gonna apply that exercise as soon as I get out the truck. But definitely, when you talk about being able to remain in the moment, stay present, and even if you're having a conversation with someone, being able to look them in the eye and remain aware of the conversation, where it's going, in the moment, what's being asked, what's being seen, what's being told. Everything else is either you trying to reflect or you pulling from somewhere to insert in some form of uneasy conversation or some uncomfortable state that you're in. So that definitely resonates.
Yeah, I appreciate that take, bro. And I appreciate your time and your wisdom. And I appreciate everyone who tapped in and listens. And, you know, don't be shy. Push a button. Like, comment, share even. And the rest will take care of itself.
Always will.
Till then, everyone have an extravagant day. Be the best version of yourself. Powered by your own imagination juice. Full stop. Generations of men who have come from broken homes that long to have children of their own for the sole purpose of righting wrongs. We never hear their songs. Deaf and numb society circus sees this plight as worthless, never providing a space for them to belong. Even worse is the fact predators feast off their pain, empathy in vain. Claims of you deserve this gaslit into their memory banks. It's time to break ranks, draw lines, define what is true. More men are afflicted by the system, born into a narrative they didn't choose. Redundant hues of blue. The only thing toxic is the news. Unplug.